Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our today's topic is common feedstuffs and their classification. And this topic belongs to our third portion of animal nutrition and feed technology. Then let's start. Uh, I mean, the classification of this feedstuffs. So from here you can see that basically feed can be categorized into two categories. The first one is the roughages or forages, and the second one is concentrates. So I have already told you the difference between these two, roughages or forages, and concentrates. So if we talk about roughages or forages, these are of two kinds. I mean, roughages or forages, they can be wet and dry. And if we talk about wet roughages or forages, these are include pasture or green chop and silage and haylages. So green chop or pasture is basically in its original form. The forages are in original form. But in case of silage or haylage, these two are different forms of preserved fodder. In one case, we, I mean, dry these um, the fodder, and the other one is we chop it and then we, process it through anaerobic fermentation for about 30 to 40 days. So this is a wet type of roughages or forages. And in case of dry roughages, uh, actually, in case of dry roughages, basically there are two type of roughages or forages. One which is having more than 10% of crude protein, CP, more than 10% of CP, and this include grass, legume hays, alfalfa hay, and other legumes. Whereas those dry roughages or forages which have low or less than 10% CP, they are mostly here we can say cereal straws, peanut hulls, mature hays, etc., etc. Uh, if we talk about concentrates, concentrates are basically comprises of three main categories. The first one are concentrates, which are the source of energy. And for the source of energy, we use normally in animal feeds, the feedstuffs are corn, barley, oats, wheat, molasses, tallow, milo, potato waste, etc. The second source protein concentrates type of concentrate is protein, which includes soybean meal, cottonseed meal, corn gluten feed, brewers grains. The third one is very, we already know about all these ingredients which are the source of different nutrients. So vitamins and minerals are third category of concentrates, which include limestone, dicalcium 5 phosphate, TM salt, vitamin premix, etc. All the vitamins and minerals, they comprise of this portion of the concentrates. And actually, in our local language, we prepare our concentrates for large animals. We call these concentrates as vanda or feed. So the feed is basically, or vanda is basically comprised of this concentrate portion, all these concentrate portions. For example, it will be containing the energy portions. It will contain the protein portion. It will also have a vitamin mineral portion. It will also have actually oil or fats or oils portion. So after grinding, mixing, and then further processing of these ingredients, we get feed or vanda. In case of poultry, we don't call it vanda; it is known as feed simply. So I think that was the basic classification of feedstuffs which are being used for feeding to animals. So this classification is equally valid for or applicable for poultry and definitely for other animals. But in case of poultry, I would specify the thing that we only focus on concentrates, especially in intensive farming systems of chicken. We only feed them concentrates, whereas there are other feeding systems or production systems of poultry where these are, kept open, and the the birds or the chicken, they get their protein sources from insects larvae. So these are some basic categories of feed, and it was a basic introduction of these in I would say categories. More details about these concentrate elements, ingredients, will be shared soon. So that was all about the classification. So thank you very much for this